Now, I own rental properties that are 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and they are a necessity for tenants to rent and have and pay. Vacation rentals are, some would think, would maybe are kind of a luxury. Is there a reason why you invest in a vacation rental as opposed to a straight rental like a house?
Okay, well, it all goes back to kind of our last conversation. It's just money, right? You make more money on a vacation rental, especially with the technologies that's out there and the social media you have. I mean, really, it's kind of like what Uber did for the community. Airbnb and VRBO did kind of the same thing for the vacation rental community, not just vacation rentals, but just rentals in general. Okay, well, we didn't. So my wife was looking at these properties, and we kind of went out there and stayed there, and we were like, this is really nice. It's upscale. It's close to Dallas. We know people from Dallas want a quick place to go vacation. It's only an hour to an hour and a half away. It's got a nice pool, hot tub, fire pit, lake access. There's boat rentals, jet ski rentals. There's everything you could want in a weekender vacation right there.
Okay.
And then you start getting on VRBO and Airbnb, and you start researching what properties are going for around there. Hey, this 2-bedroom, 2-bath house on the lake is going for $800 a night,
Okay.
or $500 a night. And so you can kind of base it off of that, right?
Yeah.
And that's how you decide, hey, this is going to be a good option, or maybe it's not going to be a good option.
Right.
And Airbnb and VRBO show occupancy rates, all this kind of research that you can use in order to make your decision.
David, this looks really nice. Like, I mean, so 10% down, and $2,300 a month. And what is you had to furnish this? I mean, obviously this doesn't, like, the previous owners don't sell you the property with all of the furniture.
Correct.
Too, right? So you had to furnish it. Did you go and shop at Goodwill for this, or did you buy a retail, or how'd you do that?
Oh no, we bought it from Living Spaces, and honestly, we went nice. Like, we spent the money to furnish it and make the place look really good, because that's what people want. They don't want to come sleep on some $100 bed and have their back hurt on vacation. They want to come someplace where it's comfortable, it's nice, and they're going to have a good time.
Yeah.
And that's the goal. Now, to furnish a place like that, we probably spent, I don't know, probably between $30,000 and $40,000.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
But
all right,
so this might be a longer conversation, Brian, but there's ways to manage this. Like, let me give you, again, the money example. Let's say we bought the place for $300,000 for ease of math. Put 10% down, that's $30,000. We spent $40,000 furnishing it. That's a total of $70,000, right? The furnishing, you can just go to the furniture store and get a credit card, right?
Dave Ramsey's not going to allow you to get a credit card, Dave. Come on, sir.
I don't care about Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey needs to go away. This is 2021, man. So you go to the furniture store and you get a credit card and you get your furniture on credit, right? You come up with a 10% down. There's even hard money lenders that will go out there and lend you that 10% down at a very high interest rate, but they don't require collateral. They'll give you cash and it doesn't go on your credit.
Okay.
I mean, you could be an 18-year-old with a job walking dogs and pet sitting, making $50,000 a year, and go out and do something like this.
Right.
And I say that because I follow a girl on Instagram that did just that.
Okay. Interesting. Man, you got some nice reviews here. So how important are reviews to have you got any bad ones? Have people been like, or has it all been pretty rosy?
No, it's been pretty rosy. I mean, the other part of that is customer service. My wife is very on top of trying to make sure that our tenants are happy. We have an amazing maid who is essentially our operations officer, right? She has a key to our place. Anytime something goes wrong, she's Johnny on the spot. She's out there taking care of it for us.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, does she go and fix things, or does she like?
She does. Her husband's actually a handyman, and if we have something that breaks, they will go out and take care of it for us.
Is that her whole business then? Is that her whole business?
That's her whole business. Yeah.
Wow.
And she actually takes care of several units on that property.
Okay. And how did you find her?
Luck.
Okay.
Through mutual friends, but yeah, we were lucky to find her.
Can I ask you a personal question here? And this is too personal. You let me know, what is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath place like this cost? Just what's the purchase price of it?
Right now, we got it for 320, but I think they're in the 400s right now.
Wow. So from the time you bought it to now, it's appreciated 80,000 plus.
Yeah, which is not,
Man,
that's not like, that's a kind of a, grand slam scenario,
right.
right?
Not
But
normal, right?
we've talked about kind of the rest of the market conditions with crypto last time we talked, and what's happening: inflation. There's a housing crunch. People aren't building. There's not enough homes being built. I mean, there's a supply crunch right now, and that's why it's gone up that much.
So do you have more success with VRBO or do you have more success with Airbnb?
I would say Airbnb, but it's mixed.
Wow, why? Why do you think that is?
Well, it's the websites and how they market, and the work that they put into doing their own marketing. Obviously, we're not the ones that are out there per se marketing this ourselves. That's why we use Airbnb and VRBO, because they're kind of our marketing.
And what do they take? Let's say it's $100 a night. What's their percentage that they would take of that?
Sherry, it's anywhere from, I would say, 8 to 20%. One of them's higher, right?
Yeah,
VRBO.
one is higher.
I think VRBO is higher. It's like 15 to 20%.
And you have a minimum of 3 nights stay. Is that correct?
Yes.
No,
So
right
what-
now we have two.
Well, right now we have
Change
2
it.
during the winter time, because it's a little harder to rent out there in the winter.
And so this is your off-peak time right now. So are you
Yes.
doing a lot of rentals right now? Are there people looking to rent right now, or is it pretty
On
much
the weekends,
Not right now.
but it's a little tougher during the winter. And that's a good point that you're making, is that when you're renting during the summertime, you need to save some of that money so that you can cover yourself during the winter time.
Like
Right.
June and July, every single day was booked.
Yeah, June and July, every day was booked, and it was booked at a higher rate than this.
what
I
do
think
you
just
book it at? What does it go for on those nights, on those days?
So I'll give you an example. I think during the weeknights it was $399, and during the weekends it was $499, and on weekends like 4th of July, it was all the way up to $800 a night.
$800 a night. Are you crazy? So somebody rents that, and if it's
Well, I'm not crazy. I'm the one making the money.
I know, that's incredible, man. Wow, $800 a night. And so it's really kind of feels like a feast or famine kind of thing. Like you're gonna do really well for about 6 to 7, maybe 8 months, and then it's gonna be a lighter occasion. You're probably gonna be able to cover your mortgage even at just doing the weekends or whatever. And so
Oh, absolutely. Like during the winter time, we're covering our mortgage right now, so we're good. We're just not making per se monthly profit during the winter time.
Okay. And how did you pick this property? You probably looked at a lot of properties. How did you come across and decide?
So again, that's all on Sherry. She did all the research. She found this place, and again, she saw it and it looked really nice. And this was a new construction.
Okay.
This is a brand new property. And she, like I said, we went out and stayed in it. And hey, Sherry, can you plug this up? Sorry, my computer might die. There we go. I got it.
You stayed in this before you bought it.
We did, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So our real estate agent, her name's Shamila, she owns 2 of these out there. And when we were talking to her about this property, she said, hey, come stay in my condo, take a look at it, see what you think, and then that'll help you make the decision, right? And so that's exactly what we did, and off we went.
Okay.
And now we're actually looking at vacation properties in other places like Destin, Florida, Galveston, places where we could potentially get more of a year-round rental income,
right?
And press on and scale that way. But I'll be honest with you, knowing what I know now, the only house that I will probably ever rent again in a long-term lease fashion is the house that I live in now, if we move out of it and decide not to sell it.
Okay.
Every property that we buy from now on, aside from the house that we're actually living in, will be a
Right.
VRBO Airbnb property, because why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like what, how many hours a week? And I only got about 2 more minutes with you here. How many hours a week would you say that you spend on taking care of this property, from anything from paying mortgages to responding to tenants or whatever? How many hours a week or maybe a month do you spend on it? And what's maybe a problem that you've had with this property?
Maybe an hour a week, if
An
that.
hour a week, that's it? And you're making
If
$7
that.
grand a month? David
If
Nicol, that is incredible.
And then problems that you have with a property are the same problems you're going to have with any property, right? The door, the electric locks not working, or, I mean, that's probably the biggest problem we've had with this, is the batteries ran out of the lock, because it's an internet lock, right? And so our housekeeper has to come let the tenants in, change the batteries, and there we go. When we first moved into the house, there was a water leak, because the guys that were building the property stapled through a water pipe when they were putting up drywall, and the whole floor in the master bedroom flooded. So they had to come replace the entire floor and fix all the,
Wow.
so that was a little bit of a nightmare.
How long have you owned these properties?
We bought these in January, right before COVID.
Okay.
So,
Okay. And so now you're coming up on just about 2 years. Can we ask financials? Can we ask, like, what does a property cost in that area? Maybe what did you pay? Is that okay? Are we allowed?
oh, absolutely. And this unit, I'll tell you why it's attractive to us. It is on the corner of the building. You can see out this left window.
Oh yeah.
It's sides to a state park, which is beach access. So it's nothing. So we loved the privacy and the view that this gave us.
Okay.
We also like the idea that it's walkable via the stairs.
Okay.
The elevators are kind of slow moving in peak season. It's really helpful if you can just hop up and down the stairs. So that was kind of our criteria.
Absolutely.
So now, since we've owned this, we've replaced some furniture, but we paid $505,000 for this
And
property.
it's got to be worth more than that now.
It's worth about $715, Brian.
Oh my goodness. You've had 200 grand in appreciation in a post-COVID world. That's just nuts.
Not only is it post-COVID, it's post-Hurricane Sally.
Oh.
So that was in last September. We were actually in the unit when it happened. We only sustained minimal damage, but our building is poured concrete, so it rebounded really quickly. So when you're looking at these beachfront properties, you really want to know how sturdy of construction you have, how it has fared through these last storms. That's really important, because HOAs, homeowners associations, when they have to make big repairs, that's shared across everybody who owns, and then form of what we call an assessment. Yeah. So that's just something to be mindful if you're looking.
And we talked about HOAs last time. Can we ask you, what is the HOA on this property?
HOA on this one is about $700 a month.
Oh my goodness. Does it come with a bellman and everything too?
No, not even. Not even. But we do have a pool, we have a splash pad, we have an indoor pool, and a weight room. So there are common amenities that we're sharing in, but also just the maintenance of the building. So that's not trivial. Like, we need to replace all the windows and doors in this building. So we're going to have a capital assessment for about the next 5 years to have enough money to pay for that.
And this is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, correct?
This is the 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
3-bedroom, 2-bath. Okay.
And it's on this corner, which we really enjoy. Here's our 2-bedroom. You can see, definitely smaller. You missed that corner window. But this is a unit that we bought. Actually, we bought it in February, a month after we bought the one you just saw. Okay. And it was original, pretty much everything. The people had not used it as a vacation rental. It was really personal. So we didn't have a lot of bookings that we could count on, if you will. So this was not a really desirable unit. So we went in here, we replaced the flooring, appliances, painted everything. All new furniture.
Can I ask you, how much did you have to put into it to make it a vacation?
Good question. We paid about $419 for this unit, and I put about $80,000 in it. I
80,000.
know.
So let me ask this, Lisa. Do you just go into your bank account and throw 80 grand, or do you go through financing for that, or how does that work?
We financed both of these when we purchased them. The beauty of this situation is the first one we bought, it could be deemed a second home.
Hmm.
So you can buy it with 10% down and you get pretty
Okay.
affordable interest rates. This second property is strictly investment. They wanted to see 25% down, and we were paying a higher interest rate.
So you bought it
because
for 400, you bought it for 400,000. So you had to come in with 100 grand out of your pocket.
Right.
And that couldn't be financed, right?
No, the down payment's got to be your own money.
Okay.
So, yes, so this was a pretty hefty financial.
And then 80 grand of improvement. So you're in without one vacation rental for 180 grand.
Right. And as soon as we got it completed, COVID happened.
Right.
So basically the beach shut down for 2 months.
Nobody's coming.
Nobody's coming. And nobody really knows about our unit because it had not been in circulation. And if you saw it before, I mean, it looked like, a den here in Texas. It had burgundy furniture and, old kind of accessory.
But because it didn't have great walkthrough appeal, was that why you got a pretty good price for it?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
People if they're investing in these properties, most people want a turnkey situation. You buy these fully furnished. So, and you think about it too, if you're having to come up with your down payment and your closing costs, and then you got to remodel, that's a lot of upfront costs.
Yeah.
But Brian, you know me, I enjoy this process.
Right.
And so I don't know that it made 100% financial sense, but we think now the payoff's going to be pretty good.
How much is that view worth? So let's say let's say right there, your property now, this one is probably worth 500,000 now.
It's worth about 589.
589. Oh my goodness. Yeah. And no, so you've got a 3-bedroom and you've got a 2-bedroom.
And this is the 2-bedroom I'm showing you now. This is the one that we kind of redid lock, stock, and barrel.
Okay, let's say it's July 4th. And I know that's the like Super Bowl of vacation rentals when it comes to the beach, right? So like, what is your top level rent for either one of these on your best night of the year?
Okay, so I'm pulling up basically our summary of bookings for this year. We moved this property to this property management company in April. So we're not getting the fully loaded annual rate, but let's just pop down here. And this is the line of where these dates are booked.
Oh my goodness.
So you will see.
And you use a property management company, which means like David Nicol has a housekeeper, husband, wife, housekeeper / maintenance guy team that kind of manages in the property. If something happens, they're on site, they can go take care of it. But ultimately, a lot of the stuff that's happening from that property is Sherry and David directly talking with the customer. You guys instead have one more degree of separation. You've hired a property management company. So you literally, so does the tenant then pays the property management company, and the property management company then takes the money and puts it in your account, correct? Right.
The property management company takes the money. They charge us a booking fee. So they handle all the money. They handle talking with the client.
How much is that? Is it, because I know, with my rentals, they're talking 10%. Is that what they charge for this?
I think this one is probably like 15%, Brian. And then the customer, that rents the unit is paying the cleaning fee directly to the property management company. We don't involve ourselves with that. They also handle like small repairs, like we needed the air conditioner filter change, they'll handle that and they'll put that charge on our account, so to speak.
Okay. So
these rental companies charge a various amount. 15 to 20% is pretty normal.
15 to 20%. Okay.
Yes.
So really you guys can just say, there it is. It's sitting there. Put the money in our account. Is there any expectations that the property management company properly markets the property? Like, I mean, they obviously only get paid when there's renters there, but is there like, do they have, like, if they don't get a lot of renters or if they don't get a lot of vacation people there, do you say, look, I'm going to end this thing. I'm going to go with somebody else. Is that the
right? And that's very, very true. And so, yes, they have a variety of ways that they market themselves. Brett Robinson basically owns Orange Beach. They do all the property development, they do all the property building, and they do a lot of management and sales. So
Right.
they're kind of got the corner on the market. And by that same stroke, then they've got a big outfit. I don't really have a personal relationship with anybody there. You're
Yeah.
just, you're just in a big operation. Okay, but let's look at this, what this big operation has done. This is 2021. This is this 3-bedroom unit. And I'll tell you why this one is so busy. There are few 3-bedroom units in this
Right.
building.
So what's
So
the,
you're
what's
coming-
the allure of the 3-bedroom?
Because people want to bring their extended family.
Okay.
Okay,
So they
this is-
want their mother-in-law to be staying with them.
surprisingly enough, but these drivable vacations, people can meet up, and
Yeah.
and this is we didn't fully appreciate it at the time, but this is a really highly utilized space, and because of that, it commands a higher price. Okay,
Right.
so you can look at this, and let's just go down here through. Let's see. So July, basically the 3rd through the 10th, somebody stayed for 7 days and they paid us roughly $4,000.
$4,000 for 7 days. Oh my
And so
goodness.
that's basically our monthly note.
Okay.
It's more
All
than
your
our monthly.
expenses, property manager, HOA, PITI, everything out the door is about $4,000, and you're making $4,000 in 1 week.
Yeah, it's less than $4,000, Brian, but it's pretty close.
Pretty close.
Okay, but look at this running total over here on the right. That's the number of nights this unit has been occupied in 2021.
Oh my
So you
goodness.
can see we have been at pretty much capacity.
Right.
Remember, it takes a day to kind of turn these things over, to get your cleaning crew in there, that kind of stuff.
Right.
So you will see that is pretty amazing.